Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM22 Career Mode. This is episode 35. Last time I was actually correct when I said 34 at the beginning, and I was like, nah, it's 50-something. Anyway, team time trial, 20 kilometers. It is stage 1 of Tirreno-Adriatico, and Ben Faisal only goes forward for a couple seconds, but he pushes hard for those couple seconds to get us up to speed quickly. He's not going to be spending much time on the front. He has a -5 race day condition, and so does Vandenberg. Oh, and Arrieta has -4 as well. Ouch. Ouch on that part. -4 overall team draw. We do have some guys on fitness peaks here, so this was not the expected outcome, but hey, we're getting used to that by now, aren't we? That is the normal for us. Standard here is an 88 or 87 for these guys. I think these 87s I could probably push a little harder to, like, say 86, 88. Give them just a little bit more. We seem to be recovering. We don't have much in terms of quality for this team, for this discipline. It's rough. Ben Faisal will get dropped fairly early in this thing, and in fact I might have Ben Faisal just kind of drop to the back now. Get out of there, let Vandenberg close it up. As Ben Faisal is just in the way. He is just in the way. So he got one turn for us. That's all it's going to be. As McKellar goes to close a gap in front of him. It's always hard to get back on the back end. Ben Faisal just hanging on. He's just a little too weak, especially with that -5. He's weak to begin with, and then that -5 is just brutal. Coming up on the checkpoint, and we are just about hanging in there as a team. So I think we're kind of right on the limit of what we can really afford to do. 10th place, 27 seconds down. Well, first time check. Let's compare how that looks. How many teams have been through? 12. We're not last, actually. We're a good 14 seconds ahead of Movie Star, and just a few seconds from Drone Hopper in 6th, and going quite a bit higher. So we are making good time. We've already upped the effort a little bit, and we will up the effort a little bit more at the end. You see Ben Faisal, the tempo, fast enough to drop him. We're not worried about that, but we've got to have 5 guys at the end, and that leaves us with 6. We can only afford to drop one more, and Arrieta, I think, is going to be that guy. Is Arrieta a hopeful for my overall for this race? Actually, he probably is. We do not want to drop Arrieta today. In fact, we're going to do this. And when Arrieta gets up here, he's going to go straight to the back. In fact, drop him now. Let McKellar, Bonneau close that up. So we still need Arrieta for the finish because of the GC part. Easily one of our best guys for this race. Bonneau went deep on that one, but he's got enough. Vandenberg, that was it for him. He's probably going to get dropped as a result. And now, with Frigo, I think we can afford to push a little harder because Arrieta and Bonneau still have something left. All they have to do is hang on. Bonneau fading. Vandenberg fading. Arrieta fading. We tried to give that little push at the end. It didn't quite come together, but up to 8th. 16 teams through that first checkpoint. We were 14th there, but we are up to 8th at the finish line, so we did manage our effort well, and we kind of got out of the back end of this thing, but we're a minute down, so it's not like we're in a strong position for the GC, and we don't necessarily care. It's a half-star objective for this race. Don't really care where we end up. We're just going to take a couple choice stages and participate a little bit. Meanwhile, Paris-Nice is also going on, so we will do the same thing there. Neither race is one that I'm overly concerned of. We are not here for the GC. Not really. We'll see if we can win a stage or two. I like taking on team time trials because they're very complex. They're very complicated. It's really, really easy to screw up a team time trial. We have a very bad team when it comes to time trialing, so we should have been right at the back. Jumbo Visma is 3 minutes down in 16th. They messed up or didn't have the riders for whatever reason, but we beat Alpecin FedEx and Movie Stars, Sport Vlaanderen, and much better teams than us in the discipline. So I'm happy with a competitive time. Already on to stage number 3 now, and it's a punchy one. We've got a decent punchy team. Today, more like the day we were expecting on stage 1. The expected for this team, you have 2 guys on fitness peaks plus 3s each. It's Frigo and Pithy. They combine for a -1. The rest of the team combined for a net neutral 0. So overall as a team, -1, far more acceptable than that ugly mess that was a amounted to a -10 last time. So that was rough going. We had a couple guys in good shape though. It did help us. The false climb right now to set up the final 2 climbs. There wasn't much to that one, but now we definitely want to get everybody in position for the final 2 climbs of the day, which are going to look like this. Kind of short, not too short, but definitely steep. 23k to go overall. Bin Faisal and his -1. He certainly can't afford negative race day condition in the slightest, and he is just now exhausted from energy. We will use his gel, but I don't think it's going to do any good. He is protecting Arietta, so we're going to need Bono to protect Arietta here shortly. Arietta is our leader for the day, and everybody else is getting back in position. We just caught the breakaway. 78 riders left in the Peloton, and it comes back together a little bit as the pace had lifted momentarily, and Bin Faisal, the only one going backwards, so I don't worry about the others. Frigo, not a fan of Frigo's position. Can we move up a little bit, please? Vandenberg to lead him out, as Vandenberg's a sprinter, not built for this type of profile. And Bono is going to take over on Arietta. $14k to go. Prepared to accelerate if need be. We want to make sure these guys aren't dropping back too fast outside of Bin Faisal, but yeah, Frigo for whatever reason. And we're seeing an attack, so this is probably a good time to respond somehow. But this is not your go for the win. This is make sure those guys don't escape. So Frigo's going to have to push a little bit harder. He's punchier than climbier than anyway. So getting a little bit hill rating for him is good. And at the front, the accelerations are being neutralized. Now 12k to go. Bin Faisal out the back. Vandenberg. Gel, because you're going to be leading things out in a moment. As we go over the top. 11k to go. That's the furthest back, yes. Pithy's the furthest back right now. And with 11k to go, we want to set up our sprint train. Vandenberg at the front, Arietta at the back. I think we want Pithy in front of that. Yes. Yeah, Vandenberg's far enough up, but we need him to move a little bit faster because that gap's going to open in front of us. And we definitely don't want that. Vandenberg's still not moving forward. You have a 75 descent. Not sure why he's struggling to go forward, but with a 99 effort. Still can't go forward. He's got a 77 flat, and he's going 99 effort, and yet Vandenberg is struggling to overtake anybody else. McKellar got blocked off there momentarily, and look how easily he's closing the gap. Funny how that happens. 4.4k. Gel, and we'll gel that far back. And he is out of energy, but just in time as we go to begin the climb. McKellar going 97. 3.3k. Gel. 96. That's going to exhaust a lot of guys at the back. Fortunately, Arietta lost ground for a moment, and that did him in. McKellar continuing on 2k, so let's get going, Bono. Frigo, 1.6. 1.2. Arietta does not have the juice to go to the end, so we cannot full sprint from here. Pithy, we just have to kind of push on. 800 meters. And now you can use your sprint, which is faster than these other guys. Can he lunge for the line ahead? I don't think he's going to win it. He does! Benyon Gourmet So close. I thought Gourmet had him. Ayuso takes third. Hader, Vlasov, Pogacar. Big names. Pithy with the win. We got a stage win here at the Tirreno-Adriatico. And that's what we came for. So, super happy. Super happy with that one. One bad race day condition draw after another. Rough draw. Really rough draw. But anyway, Cronge going along the way. It's already stage 5 here of Paris-Nice. We haven't had a good opportunity yet to really go for a stage. But here's my recommendation for you. Always do the time trials. At least most of the time. Reason being, it's a discipline that takes practice. And if you don't practice, you don't take every opportunity to go out and run and maximize and get every last second out of your riders, then you'll be average or slightly better than average if you just happen to be good at it. But you can't get enough practice on time trials. You need every little bit you can to maximize every opportunity to always get the most out of your riders, and that's why I try to take it on. So here is Martinez now, and we are, oh, there you go, somebody! Finally a positive race day condition. We've had a 0 with for Mark, and that was it. That's a +4. That is a +4 for Martinez, and with 25K, it's almost full-blown time trial, almost no influence from prologue. So we're looking at 73. Still not very good, but he's not a time trialist, and that's where he needs some work, because he's our 79 mountain guy. 81 can just about do it through here, and we're going to try to push 82 on the climb a little bit and use a little more energy to accelerate through there. Does get above 3 for a little bit. There was a punchy stage on the previous stage, but it just wasn't a very good punchy stage. 2 minutes 10 seconds down for Martinez. I could have extracted a few more seconds slowing it down and attacking at the end, but he's out of contention. No worries. Just getting the overall feel for this thing, and that's too hard. Back off. 81. +5 for Gonzalez. You know, that almost gave us a net 0, those two. But that's technically only a net 3 because he was expected +2. But hey, no worries. 78 on his time trial. That's competitive. That is competitive. That's gonna lead to a decent time. A minute 14 down though. But that is Ghana, and Ghana has 20-second advantage over everybody, and is not a contender. Pushing 83, pushing 84. We'll slow down for the end on this one because he's actually in some sort of contention. 6th place, 17 seconds down, 1K to go.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
95, 99, attacking the line. 25th, 124 down. Not too bad. Not great. 78 time trial is still not great anyway. That's a decent result though. Stage 7 of 8 now, and this one's definitely a mountain stage. And my 2 guys that have fitness peaks, I double checked who it was. I knew Gonzalez was one of them. The other's Martinez. So they were both expected +3s. Today, +5s for the 2 guys. And Gonzalez is in a solid position inside the top 10 right now. So we're going to ride for him, even though Martinez is technically the better climber. Unfortunately for us, though, the breakaway, 12 riders, and the field not happy. But 12 riders is a lot of firepower. So we were a minute back and pushed like crazy. Now that group just attacked at the top of the climb and opened the gap up a little bit, 2 minutes ahead. It is also blowing up. So at some point, we're going to be catching most of that group or all of that group and kind of hitting reset. But so far, Lacazette already is toast. And we just lost Shigai and Culverwell in a big crash there. Put them both on auto. If they get back up, they get back up. Shigai is done. He is injured, so he will not be making it back. Culverwell letting him go. There's another crash there, and Lacazette is already fading. This is turning into a really rough race. We suddenly just have 4 guys, and a long ways to go. We got 118k still. We do want to make sure that Gonzalez is protected, not Cronge. So go ahead and switch that up, and Lacazette at the back end. Yep, sure guy with the withdrawal. Holter with a withdrawal. There's another crash just ahead, and that Peloton looks like it's about to split, not just the few guys out the back. Culverwell has regained contact though, momentarily, as those splits begin to occur ahead of him. And yeah, I don't think he's going to get back. 59, at least for a moment there, is all that was left. 110k to go. We do need to get water, and that's going to come down to -3 Kevin Vermark. Rough day for him. Alright, we got the water, at least 92k to go. We will need to get water again, I think, as we go over the top of the next Cat 3. That'll be a good time to take care of that. And we've got 100 in the Peloton, including Culverwell. Culverwell is on his way back up to us. Let's go ahead and get him onto the wheel of Martinez, and then we'll let Cronge take a rest. I'm happy Culverwell is back, but I'm not so happy that the Peloton doubled in size. So he came along with close to 60 riders to get back on, and is not at full strength. So that's not what I wanted to see, because some of those guys may be at a better strength level. Let's go ahead and up the effort into the low 80s as we climb through here. We don't want to drift too much back. And we will send Culverwell to get water fairly soon, and at least we'll have that. 2k to go to the top of this climb. 1.5. And 1k. Go ahead and head back and get water. We'll drop as we climb, and then get that water and accelerate on the descent. Brigadow with the crash. Quite a few riders caught up in a crash. Dowsett among them. And we get to the bottom here, and the water is done? Not quite. Now done. 40k to go. And we've got a 5-man group. 101 left in the Peloton, so 10 riders were dropped. Brigadow withdrawn, so he is hurt. 3 minutes to the front 3. The remnants of that front 12, I believe. I don't think that was a new group. And Culverwell is not going to make it to even the base of this Cat 1. The climb before the climb. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. Martinez and Gonzalez look really good, though. Everybody else is struggling. There's going to be a lot of tired legs. Pace has been crazy, but we've got those two in really, really good shape. Downside, the support's not going to be around much longer. Buitrago, who we were just racing against recently in, what race was that, UAE Tour? Falls. That's probably going to leave him behind. And Culverwell starting his fade, so Cronge take over, protecting Gonzalez. It's all about the lead 2 guys. And for those lead 2, we'll push just to an 83 on this Cat 1. We can afford to drift a little, but not much. A few bike lengths. Down to 84 riders. And that gap to the front has cut in half in a very short period. We're down to 78 now. And our drift was minimal. We're doing just fine. For Mark! Whoa, buddy! What happened? Already? It's that -3 race day condition. He's out the back. Okay, that leaves just Cronge. And Gonzalez is the one we want to protect because he sits 4th. 32 seconds down overall. He's got an 82 mountain today. Martinez has an 83, so he's going to be pulling Gonzalez up at the end of this thing as best he can. 62 riders left, 3 off the front. These 2 guys attacked. Cronge already gel. 83 is doing fine on tempo, so we're not drifting. 13K. Sprint point, that was what Hofstetter was after there. And we're seeing a little attack. Do I want to attack with Martinez and let them come back to him? We might. It's 11K though. And Cronge is going to be done. Well, Martinez, go ahead and protect your leader. If we still had other support, I would. But now it's just the two of them, so now we've got to protect the leader. And that GC position, 10K. Cronge out the back with Rudy Millard. Green jersey. Arnsman at the back. Filippo Ganna struggling to keep up right now. Down to 31. 8 kilometers left. 32 in the group. The yellow jersey is gone. It's Fisher Black. Carapaz already up the road. That's who attacked, huh? 7.5K. I don't think we're going to get enough push from these guys. Do we want to both attack? Can I attack with both guys? Let's see what happens. Soft attack. They do not respond. They do not respond. Good. Okay, going clear. 85. Strong Mountain, work together. And they do not look to be responding. And look how quickly we are pulling back the last breakaway rider.
And they keep on attacking. Anyone that's low on gas definitely won't be able
And we ride away there. Peloton is getting smaller. 5.5K. Bilbao has withdrawn. Fisher Black not far ahead. Caught up to him really fast. Still 3 riders up the road. Carapaz and the last 2 breakaway riders. Fisher Black not really working with us with 4K to go. Does that mean he is going to struggle? What's he at? 76, 76? 35 seconds to a Peloton that has half the strength, and Fisher Black has been dropped. Gel for these two. And we've caught Carapaz. And Carapaz, shoulder sagging really bad. Will we leave him immediately behind in the dust? We do! 30 seconds to what's left of the Peloton, which is now 5 riders. Now 3 riders. 1.8K. 88 effort. Don't want those guys catching up to us. There is one just behind, and that is Haig. 1 kilometer left. Coming up on Van Dienenbiel. And there's 1 rider left at the front. I don't think we're going to catch him full sprint. Micah takes the stage from the break, but we are having an excellent 2-3 on the stage with Martinez just ahead of Gonzalez, and we come in at about 30 seconds down. There's a minute to Haig. Now, 30 seconds more on us. Guerrero comes in at 2:20 down. We're gaining almost 2 minutes. We're gonna be in a podium position after that one. Will Gonzalez be in the race lead though? I don't know. Did he finish that far ahead of everybody else? That counts. Huge gaps here. What a ride from those two. Even though it wasn't the stage win, the breakaway was not concerning unless Micah is in a strong position. But this is an incredible place we're going to be in following that one. Look where we're at now with excellent race day condition. Those two rode off into the sunset, leaving the entire Peloton well behind. And we're looking at 6 minutes right now to the 19th and 20th place. And Gonzalez does move into the race lead. Micah moves all the way up to 2nd place from that breakaway. Jack Haig moves up onto the podium, and Martinez is a minute behind his teammate, just off the podium in 4th place. Van Dienenbiel moves up to 5th. These guys had, even though they were in the breakaway today, they were in decent enough positions. They weren't far down in the GC, and we were 6 minutes ahead of some of the chasers. So now we're seeing large gaps. 4 minutes to 10th place, 3 minutes to 7th, and 2 minutes to 5th. So it's solid gaps. And now all of a sudden we're looking at 2 contenders of the 4 contenders remaining in this race with 1 stage left. If we can have another good race day condition scenario, I could see us winning this thing. Also, Martinez is close enough that if he has a +5 and Gonzalez somehow ends up with a 0 or a -2 or something, you could essentially sacrifice Gonzalez' ride for Martinez, because all you have to do is beat Haig and Micah. Micah at 35 years of age, still decent, 77 mountain, 77 stamina, and that's very competitive compared to us. Haig also looks really strong. We just had that excellent race day condition that really set that up, so those guys will not be the easiest to beat up on in that final stage, but wow. Did not expect that. Really did not. 1 stage to go, and I don't know if we're going to do anything else with Tirreno-Adriatico. I think we might accept that as being what it is. Milano-San Remo is the next thing. So final stage here to see what sort of result we can get in this race, plus Milano-San Remo, the second of 2 big early season objectives that will either cement that 100% for the year or leave us with a little work still to do. But this is the kind of place where you can do that little bit of work. Pick up a stage win in Tirreno-Adriatico. 2 actually. Pithy won punchy stage after that, so he's gotten 2 stage wins. Gonzalez leading the overall, poised for a podium. Martinez similarly right there in the top 5. 2 high-placed GC guys at a big race in Paris-Nice. Take a look at this. 12th of March. We're definitely not in the very beginning of the season any longer. We've got a lot of seasons still ahead of us. And 3 Grand Tours that we're not going to score a ton of points at is going to reshape things. But right now, we have a huge lead in the World Tour rankings. Exactly 2,500 points. Ineos the only one even remotely in our early season form. Super Prestige is a different matter. It's not as dominant here, but we are 100 points behind Ineos, and we are second in the Super Prestige. Now, I was hoping for a top 10 this season in the Super Prestige, and like I said, it's going to fade. It is going to drop. We're not going to be this high up, especially 3 Grand Tour winners. If they come from 3 different teams, there's 3 teams ahead of us. But at this rate, I think we will comfortably make that top 10, and we could see ourselves, competing for 5th or 6th this year. And yeah, first year barely making World Tour. But it's only the 12th of March. Whole lot of season still to go. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.